Hi, I personally want to say thank you to all the atheists and especially the atheist YouTubers out there. You guys really played a major part in helping me make my decision, though I knew that the entire thing was ultimately up to me. I just wanted to say thank you regardless, especially to Fighting Atheist, Non-Stamp Collector, and Edward Current. Thank you. I became an atheist less than a month ago. I knew that I had to keep it under wraps because of my parents. I grew so tired in believing in something that in reality was not true. I read the Bible cover to cover, and really, to me, it was like reading the Odyssey. Okay? No more than a book of fables and myths. My scientific mindset also hindered my beliefs growing up. My parents rejected the theory of evolution and anything else that threatened or contradicted their religion. Last year, I went to church with my parents. The pastor was talking about the evils of homosexuality. I have homosexual relatives, and I find there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. The more I stayed, the more offensive the pastor became. So I left the church to go sit in the car, and I slept through the entire service. My stepfather, who was a former deacon years ago in North Carolina, was the first to return to the car when the service was over. Then he confronted me about why I left the church as a cover-up for myself. I told him that I wasn't feeling well in hopes of calming him down, but all the more he just shouted and raged on at me, not even letting me speak one word to defend myself. So I just finally shot out at him that I didn't believe in the Christian way, that I accepted spiritualism, that I was spiritual during that time. And then he fiercely questioned me, asking me if I was some kind of atheist. Which I'm thinking, did this guy even hear a damn word I said? My mother then returned to the car, and my father demanded that I repeated to my mom about the decision I had made. Instead of just accepting it, she found or made up some reasons that my beliefs are no different from theirs, so why the change? This also brings me back to another memory when my dad pulled up in front of an IHOP. It was a nice day. Then my dad said, "Another beautiful day the Lord himself has made. He's what makes the sky so blue." I disagreed, explaining how the sky got its colors from the facts that science has proven. You know, educational stuff. But he didn't want to hear that. He told me that it was God who had got me out of bed that morning, that he was the reason why I could even breathe. As a matter of fact, as a failed attempt to prove this, he pinched my nostrils together and covered my mouth with his other hand, cutting me off from all oxygen, saying, "Who makes you breathe? Who provides the air?" Not man. Obviously, God had to. Lucky for me, my mom stopped him in scolding him on how unnecessary and ridiculous that was. Those events always stuck with me. Even right now, I'm afraid to tell my parents that I'm an atheist because I can only imagine the confrontation and the punishment that I may receive due to my lack of belief. I'm 18 years old now. 19 this coming April. I will soon get my own car, and then I'll be off to college, where I can start to live without the fear of my parents. But if they do find out, I'm just going to have to be ready for a fight, because there is no way that they can force me to believe something like that again. Never. As an atheist, I can now appreciate life and be happy with myself. My parents don't understand this, but I'm just happier than ever. My happiness no longer depends on the placebo pill they call a God. I can now live my life knowing that my worth is not hindered by my gender, and that I am equal, not some second-class citizen who is nothing more than a subservient slave to a man. I feel so much freedom knowing that I can finally be who I am. Listen to the type of music that I like, watch the type of movies that I like, do everything to live my life to the fullest, knowing all the good that I can do instead of wasting my time clasping my hands in prayer hoping that it would happen by magic. I don't have the fear of hell, nor do I worry about having to live my life kissing an imaginary man's ass just to get to some fairy tale place where I will be bowing and worshiping him for all eternity. I couldn't tell which one was the bigger punishment. So, once again, I want to tell you thank you. You guys helped set me free. Honestly, 1,000 times over, I thank you. And I will definitely, I will represent you guys well as another atheist. Have a nice day, and Happy New Year.